What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time, we're going to be taking a look at Natural Born Killers, directed by Oliver Stone, based off a screenplay by Quentin Tarantino. Now, Quentin Tarantino wrote the original screenplay for this movie, but since the final product is radically different from his original screenplay, he's only credited with story because Oliver Stone pretty much reworked the screenplay to fit his sensibilities, but the overall skeleton of this movie is based off a Tarantino story. So with all that out of the way, what do I think about Natural Born Killers by Oliver Stone? I think this movie is batshit insanity, and I like it a lot. Natural Born Killers is a fucked up movie. It's a psychedelic, drug induced ride of just what the hell am I watching, and I can't take my eyes off of it type deal. You have just these off the wall, kooky performances, and they make the movie that much better. You have Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis, who play the characters of Mickey and Mallory Knox, who are like Romeo and Juliet if Romeo and Juliet were mass murderers. And to be honest with you, this movie relies very heavily on the characters of Mickey and Mallory Knox. And if Harrelson and and if Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis did not have the chemistry that they have in this movie, then this whole thing would have fell apart. They actually fit the roles really, really well as Mickey and Mallory, and I buy them as the leads. I think they work really well with one another. I like their relationship throughout the movie. We see their highs, we see their lows, we see them go on their killing sprees, and it's just insanity. But the performances between the two are really great, and they have good chemistry. So I like all that stuff. This movie also has Tom Sizemore as a character called Jack Scagnetti, who is this insane cop who is like a vigilante killer because he saw, and he's like on hot pursuit, but he has his own thing going on. You have Robert Downey Jr. who plays a character called Wayne Gale, and Robert Downey Jr. to me steals the show in this thing. He does an over-the-top Australian accent, and his character is just such a caricature, unlike the new on news media. He's hilarious. He steals the show in every scene that he's in. I love Wayne Gale in this movie. I love Downey in this movie, and I love the character of Wayne Gale. Wayne Gale's awesome. You know, Tommy Lee Jones, he also makes an appearance in this movie as a warden of a jail, and he's just completely over the top. You know, just all over the place. But he's very entertaining to watch. You know, and for a movie like this movie is it's not the type of movie that you take seriously. You know, it doesn't have like a serious narrative. When you watch the movie, it's extremely over the top, it's extremely violent, and it's a satire on the media and certain other things during the 90s. So it's like, it's kind of hard to take a movie like this. So you can't watch this movie with a real. I'm going to try and rephrase that. This is not that type of movie that is meant to be watched for Oscar-winning performances. This movie is a satire on a lot of certain subject matters, and it handles it. To me, it handles it fairly well. The overall style of this movie is extremely distinct. There's one scene where they parody a family sitcom. There are a number of scenes that are done in black and white. The overall visual style is just completely unique unto itself. There's a lot of slow motion in this movie where Mickey and Mallory are killing somebody. Then all of a sudden a knife is being thrown at somebody, and it just goes into slow motion, and you hear operatic music playing in the background. It's just completely ridiculous. But I like it for it. And it gives, like I said, it gives this movie its own distinct look, and I can appreciate something like that. This movie stands out. You can watch Natural Born Killers along with another movie, and Natural Born Killers is the movie that you're going to remember because it has that distinct style to it, and it has a distinct look to it. And I appreciate and applaud Oliver Stone for doing something like that. So and you know, he made this movie work. Whether you like it or you hate it, that's entirely up to how you view it. I personally like it. It does have a lot of things that I do enjoy. Like I said, the relationship between Juliette Lewis and Woody Harrelson as Mickey and Mallory, that really works for me. Robert Downey Jr. is a blast to watch. I think Tommy Lee Jones is hilarious. Tom Sizemore as the character Jack Scagnetti. I enjoyed him in this movie as well. Like I said, I like this whole what would happen if Romeo and Juliet were mass murderers type story. It's like it's a batshit. This movie at its core is a batshit crazy love story, especially when you look at the at the backstories for Mickey and Mallory. You know, Mickey was abused as a child. Mallory was raped by her father. You know, these two guys are fucked up. No wonder why they fall for each other so hard. So yeah, there's obviously a lot more to talk about this movie, but I don't think I'm qualified to even remotely come close to having a discussion about this movie. This thing has so many things happening with it, but I do have a lot of highlights with it. Yeah, do I have some negatives with it? Yes, I do. I would have liked a more complete narrative, to be honest with you. Like, I don't mind the frenetic, psychedelic, crazy visuals, but there are moments in this movie. It's just like there are times where this movie is choosing style over substance, and I would like to see a little bit more substance to give the style that much more meat to it. That's just me personally. I do like the overall. I do like the soundtrack. The movie has got a really good soundtrack to it. A lot of really good songs are peppered throughout this film, and it works for me. So yeah, my overall grade on Natural Born Killers, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. I overall really like this movie. Fix up a couple of things, add some more substance to its style, and this movie could have been close to a 9 or a 10 because I do think it has a really good commentary on what it's talking about, but its narrative to me is a little disjointed in a way, and it's choosing these psychedelic visuals over telling a more complete story. So yes, an 8 out of 10 is what I give Natural Born Killers as an overall final grade. Alright, so if you've seen Natural Born Killers, let me know in the comment sections below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I would like to know. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.